So hi guys, it's me Deepak and I'm back with another video, and in this video I'll be talking about how you can make Flappy Bird in Pygames. So the reason I'm making this video is because I watched this video of Code Bullets about how he implemented neat in Flappy Bird. In summary, he used concepts of evolution, mutation, and natural selection to make an AI that can play Flappy Bird. So I watched some YouTube videos like Tech with Tim and 5 hour video of my free code camp about using Pygames because I knew nothing about Pygames prior to that video. So I am no expert in Pygames. So if that's clear, then let's build Pygame. I start by importing Pygames and OS. If you haven't downloaded Pygame, just open your terminal and write pip install Pygame, and then press enter. Your Pygame will be installed. Then I have a bird image. I'm transforming. I'm scaling the image. I should scale 2x to enlarge the image, and I have specified the path, which is imgs, and the name of the image, which is bird1.png. Then I specify a main function where I'll be running an infinite loop so that my window doesn't close or the moment I open the window. That's why I need to run it continuously, but I also need to add an also need to specify add a break function, because otherwise the window won't open. It will get stuck. So I have a bird function, and I'm calling a constructor where I specify the position xy and self, which is an object. Also I've also write the python dot display set mode, so the my window will be 600 comma 800, but I need to specify it first on the starting. That's why there's an error. There will be an error. There are actually two errors. First, in my body image I set I should scale it 2x. If I just write scale, then it needs two arguments. I'll show you later what I'm talking about. I am using scale here. So pygame.initialize, you have to initialize your write this command first if you want to open your window, and this. I also need a cross button, so I am listening for events. So pygame.event.get the events. I'll have if event type is equal to quit, then I will then running will be equal to false, and my loop will end. So if I write this command, I need to have a function called draw window where I will write my draw function of bird, so I can continuously update my window. So I'm passing window and my bird object, and I specify the bird code should be 100 and 400. That I can change it later as I mm, actually do improvise the game as I write the code. So now the program run, and now I need a base image, a background of that image. So I'm specifying the base image equal to pygame.scale, and I'm scaling it to the size of my window, which is 600 comma 800. So scale takes two arguments, while scale 2x takes only one argument, that is the path and the name of my png image. So now I specify the image, and I have done a blender here. I shouldn't have put the my background image in my main function because it won't update now, and this will give me an error that I'll show you later. So now I need a pipe because it's Flappy Bird game, so I need obstacle. So I have a constructor where I'm specifying the y. I need actually x position. Y will be random. uh, like Sheldon says, I made a boo boo. So let's see, I have a self.x. I made a mistake here, so it should be self.y. I will change it. So import random, because we need random value of y, random value of height actually. And this is so that we don't get the same top and bottom pipes at the same height every time, because then the game won't be difficult. So I need that. Now I will scale my image to twice its size. That's already in my folder, png folder. So imgs.png and convert.alpha. So I have my body image, my base, and a pipe image. Now I need to make pipe flip. So I need a top flap to be in a upside down position. So I'll use a function flip, specify my image, and pass arguments. I'll have the Pygame documentation in my description, so do read that out. A good developer always reads the instruction. So as you can see, I have a self.height is equal to random. Now I take self.top. Top will be the when x will be at the x-axis, I need the position of y. So for that I'm taking I'm subtracting the value of height to the height of the top, so I can reach the top, if that makes sense. And the bottom will be just a gap plus the bottom, so it will be like just see the pipe upside down and see the gap. Then the gap and the exposition will give you the y position of the new pipe. I think I'm making no sense right now. Sorry. So I have a draw function here. I'm drawing my pipe, top and bottom. Just I'm specifying the position. X-axis will be self.x. So both of these have the same x-axis position because they are aligned in the same. They're aligned in the same x-axis. They're different in only y-axis. That's why I have self.top and self.bottom. Now I need a move function which will be displacement and so I have ticks. What will ticks do is whenever I will call my move function, ticks will be incremented by 1, and I'll have a displacement which I have copied this exact thing from TechWithTem. I don't know why. I could have done this easier. I actually write the code first, and the code was a bit uh, not good, I will say, because I need to implement it neat. So that's why I switched to object-oriented programming. Earlier there was just some simple line of codes that I was doing, and it wasn't that good. So sorry for that. Now I need a board.move function. I call the board.move function, and what's that? Yeah, it's tick. So I am calling clock.tick so that yeah, I told you earlier that I shouldn't put background image in my main function. I should put it in my draw function. That's the problem here. Now I should switch that out. I think I will do right now. Yeah, I actually have to have a jump function also, so let's do that first. That's more fun. Actually, I do voiceovers after I have written the code. That's why it doesn't match. It looks a bit off when I talk and what's going on the screen that you see. So if you feel a bit off, pardon me. So yeah, now it works. But you can see that my bird is falling too quickly for me to play. So I need to have something like so I need to slow it down. I also have made a pipe function, and I'm decreasing the value of y and the x position by 5 for every time I call the move function. So it's good. Now I'm calling if position for my displacement, and I would be lying if I said I didn't copy this thing from Tim 2. I don't know why. I could have just write a simple script to I have put the y position to be decreasing by -2 and x and increasing by plus some certain value. It would have done the same, but for some reason, guys, don't watch YouTube videos while making games. It really affects your psyche, and you just it now it's look like Superman is flying. Seriously, it looks like a yeah. I actually write displacement equal to -2. That's the issue here. It's not of the velocity that I specified. It's because in the if condition I have said displacement is equal to -2, so it decreases with a certain velocity while it increase with the increase should be constant, but the decrease should be -2. The decrease should be negative equal to, not equal to -2. Negative equal to 2 is displacement equal to displacement -2 every time I call it, but displacement equal to -2 is displacement is just -2. So that's the issue here. So I think I finally got that issue here. Yeah, it works now. So now I need now I am invincible playing this game. I need to have a collision function. So what I thought was I would just have the x position of my bird and a pipe position and the x position of the pipe, and if they touch then I lose x and y position sort of. But Tim had a better idea of using masks. So what masks do is they have a list of x and y, and we use overlapping to see if they overlap, and if they overlap I return true, and if they don't I return false. Ignore the plane. So I have pipe.append. I'll append the pipe which will be 700. So I'm losing a list of pipes here. Why? Because I don't need only one pipe, I need a lot of pipes, infinite number of pipes until I lose. Infinite is a bit exaggeration, sorry for that. I mean, uh, 7 pipes. I will lose by 7, I'm sure. I have got a great idea so that I don't get pleasure, I don't be called cheater. I'll just change the PNG images to lollipops and Android. That will be like an Android lollipop game, and that will be a lot more fun. So I created a list of I created a list of pipe objects so that I can create new objects every time. So a class is just a blueprint and you create objects, so they are like the real life entities. I think that's what you call for objects. Yeah. So that's why I'm not doing a tutorial of this video. I'm just doing a commentary style esque. Yeah. So far I have my list of pipe, and I have made a function. That function is wrong. I should have a pipe.x plus pipe.top.get width less than bird x, so that if bird crosses my pipe, I'll increment the score and I'll add a new pipe. That's why I have written if add pipe is equal to true. But I also need to add one more thing. I need to put one thing false, because if I don't, then that pipe will always be crossed and it will create an infinite number of pipes. You will see what I'm talking about. So I need a boolean variable so that I can specify that I have passed a certain pipe, and I don't need to call add pipe for that again, because if I call that again, it will be a great mess. And why I have written two if conditions same? So finally I created a variable self.past. I'm not very creative. That's why the variables are also similar to Tim's code. Never watch guys someone else's code, then it greatly affects you. So now that's I should have talked about, because you have already passed a pipe, and now whatever happened, you have already passed that pipe and it will create an infinite number of pipes, and that's the issue. So I need a boolean. That's why I finally created a boolean not pass pipe, and I need to specify that if I need to make that pipe dot pass is now true. Earlier it was false, so if now it's true. Finally we are making some progress here. So we have pipes, and for some reason I am playing better than the AI. Do I even need the AI now? Yeah, I need it. I made a mistake right now. So, okay, now let's work with collisions. We need a way to lose the game. So I'll have a return. I get my mask from the surface of my bird image. Then I'll make a function collision. I'll pass my bird object and the self. Self is always required to for classes. So I make my bird mask is equal to bird.get mask. So I'm just calling my function that will return me the mask. Now I need top mask and bottom mask. So what I am actually doing is creating a list of x and y, and I will see if they overlap. So right now I have an offset of self.x. So pipe position x, bird position x, self.y, around bird.y. So for a whole list, I will see if they overlap or not. Actually saw this code also on Stack Overflow. I was looking for other ways so that I don't be called a cheater. I think this comes under fair use if I tell the name of the person whose code I'm copying. Many people do that. So now let's see T point and B point, and if T point or B point, if I have an overlap, then return me true. That means I'll lose. Oh, I have to call the function. So if bird or collision, then pipe dot collision pass bird, and running equal false. Now what's the issue? Pipe dot top is not. It should be self dot pipe. I've passed in two arguments somewhere. Oh, sorry, it should be a top offset. Yeah, now I lose the game and I touch the pipe. You can add a you can create another function like game over. I created earlier a game over function where I will just pause my pause pipes and bird and everything, and until I press like a key down or a key up image, the game would be paused. It will not move. Now I need something for my dopamine, something to get the player stick to the game. So I'll have a score variable. So I already defined the, so I just now defined the font. Now I'm creating the I'm just rendering, so I have a score. Just I'm converting the string to I'm converting score to string, and I'm specifying the position, so minus 15 and 10. And when I create it, I get the score. So guys, I think this is so guys, I think we have made the game. In the next part, I'll implement neat. I'll try to keep it original and not look at other people's code this time. And I will change the images to Android and Lollipop so that it doesn't look like I copied the code again. And I will have my GitHub link this time in the description for the projects that I've done earlier, like TensorFlow Lite and some Arduino. So if you are interested, do check that out. And if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment if you have any questions, and you can follow me on Twitter. Yes, for future videos, for questions, for communication, anything, follow me on Twitter. Yeah, peace.